Have you ever tried so hard for something, worked day and night, gave your heart and soul, yet nothing seemed to work? You try again and again, hoping this time life will listen to you, but somehow it doesn't. And then one day, when you finally stop forcing things, when you let go and just breathe, suddenly life begins to move on its own. Doors open that you never saw before. Things begin to make sense. Strange, isn't it? But sometimes, letting go is the most powerful way to move forward. There was a boy named Aiden. He wasn't special. He wasn't the smartest or the strongest, but he had something most people lose along the way: determination. He dreamed of building something meaningful, something that would make his parents proud. Every morning before the sun rose, Aiden would wake up, write down his goals, and push himself to work harder than yesterday. He believed that if he never stopped trying, success would have to appear one day. But life, it seemed, had other plans. No matter how much he worked, nothing went right. Every idea failed. Every effort ended in silence. He saw others getting results, while he was left with nothing but exhaustion. There were days when he wanted to scream, days when his chest felt heavy with frustration. Maybe I'm not meant to succeed, he whispered to himself one night, sitting under the dim light of his desk lamp. That night, his father walked in. He saw the tiredness in his son's eyes, the kind that comes not from hard work, but from disappointment. "Why do you look so defeated, Aiden?" he asked. Aiden looked down and said quietly, "I've done everything right, but life still says no. Maybe I'm just not enough." His father smiled, sat beside him, and said, "Do you know what happens when you hold sand too tightly in your hand? It slips away. The more you try to control everything, the more it escapes you. Sometimes you have to trust that what's meant for you will stay, even if you let it rest gently." Those words stayed in Aiden's mind all night. He couldn't stop thinking about them. Maybe he really was holding on too tight, to success, to expectations, to fear. Maybe that's why life felt so heavy. So the next morning, something inside him shifted. He decided to stop fighting the world. He would still work hard, but not out of fear, out of peace. Not because he had to win, but because he wanted to grow. Days passed, and something began to change. Aiden still faced problems, but he didn't panic anymore. He smiled through small failures, learned from them, and moved on. He stopped comparing himself with others. He focused on what he could control: his effort, his attitude, his peace. Slowly, things started to change. His work improved. People began to notice him. Opportunities appeared that once seemed impossible. It was as if life was finally saying, "Now you're ready." One evening, Aiden stood on the same balcony where he once sat hopeless. The sun was setting, painting the sky in gold and orange. And for the first time, he felt grateful, not for the success he found, but for the patience that carried him there. He realized something powerful. Sometimes you don't need to chase. You just need to align with yourself, with time, with life. Months later, Aiden had achieved many of the things he once dreamed about, but now he understood something deeper. Success isn't about running faster than everyone else. It's about walking in the right direction, calmly, confidently, and consistently. Because when you stop chasing things out of fear, life starts giving them out of grace. So if you're listening to this right now, maybe you're tired, maybe you feel stuck, maybe you're wondering why nothing is working, listen closely, let go of the pressure. You don't have to control everything. Do your best, then step back and let life do the rest. Because what's meant for you will always find its way to you. Not when you chase it desperately, but when you're finally calm enough to receive it. Remember this: letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means believing that life knows what it's doing. Sometimes, when you stop chasing, that's when everything you ever wanted finally starts chasing you.